When you make films, the director is the captain of the ship. It's your ship and you're the captain. So that line, "I'm the captain now," applies. Unlike television, where it's the showrunner and the executive producer who are really the captain of that ship. Which means in a film, if it does well, the director gets the credit. If it doesn't do well, the actors don't get blamed and the writer doesn't get blamed, the director gets blamed. Yeah, the director gets blamed. As the director, you pay special attention to the script, and on my current feature that I've been working on, I have been paying a lot of attention to the script and been giving notes to the writer and having her work on specific parts of the script that I think need work, because ultimately it's going to fall back on me to make the project the best it can possibly be. Because ultimately, I'm the captain now. It's a lot of responsibility, but you have to understand that that's your position. If you don't understand that that's your position, then you would default to letting someone else take that position, and no one would take that position. And somebody has to be the captain, and it has to be you. So if you're pursuing a career as a filmmaker, a director of films, understand that you're the captain. And you have to have that kind of personality that you have to be willing to take charge and really captain that ship. Be willing to tell people what to do. And in a nice way. You don't want to hurt people's feelings, but you have to be willing to tell people what to do. And have the kind of personality that you can command a lot of respect and get people to do what you want them to do, and get a lot of people to be in agreement with you so that people will come on the set. You have a whole crew of people, actors included, who will all be there with you, all rowing in the same direction, so that you don't have a few people trying to go off in this direction when you all want to go in this direction. Because then that makes for cross purposes, and you're not going to get the job done the way you want to get it done in a timely fashion. So you're the captain. There has to be one captain, and it's you. And I think a lot of directors sort of don't, film directors I'm talking about now, don't understand that, or they say, well, I'll just go over here and work with the actors. It's important to work with the actors, don't get me wrong, because the actors are your mouthpieces. The actors are the vehicles through which you're telling your story. But you can't default to not knowing what to tell the crew, not directing the rest of the show, so to speak, and not having a point of view and not having a vision for what the whole project is going to look like and sound like and feel like, so that you know what to tell people when they come to you and say, what do you want? What do you want this? Where do you want here? Where do you want this? How do you want this? When you're directing crew on a very, very small production, directing crew, you're gonna be talking to everybody. You'll be talking to all your crew members, not just your department heads. On a very, very large production, you'll be talking to your department heads, and they have their whole crew members underneath them that they talk to, and they're sort of the captains of their departments. So you only need to convey your wishes to the department heads, and then they can get their members of their crew to do what you want them to do. And talking to the crew is very much like a construction crew, if you will. They're mostly men, not always, but I've had some women on my crew before. But there's guy speak, and there's girl speak. And you kind of have to know what the difference is between guy speak and girl speak, and be able to speak both languages. Guys speak very directly. They want to know exactly what you want. I want this here and that there, and I want it to look like this. I want it to sound like this, and I want it to feel like that. Done. Cut and dried. No emotion, no beating around the bush, no, it would be really nice if. All of that stuff doesn't work with the crew. The crew just wants to know what to do. X, Y, Z. But actors are a little more delicate, and you don't want to shut down their process, and you don't want to hurt their feelings, and you don't want to introvert them. So with actors, you have to be a little more girl speak, so to speak. Some actors look to the director almost as a mother figure or a father figure for approval. The first person they look to when you say cut is you. The first, generally speaking. How did I do? That is really the unspoken, even if they don't say it out loud. That's the unspoken, like they're looking to you for approval. Did I do okay? Did I give you what you wanted? Was that what, how was it? Did I get there? Did I deliver? And the first thing as a director you want to do is give them that validation and that appreciation for what they did. Because look, they're here for you. They're kind of opening themselves up, bearing their soul, and you want that communication, that kind of open communication, to continue. So of course you don't want the first thing after you say cut to not engage with your actors, to be over here with the crew going, okay, so here's what I want on the next shot. You want to engage with your actors and say, that was great, that was awesome, we're going to live with that one. We love that one. We're printing that one. We're going on to the next shot. Or that you were perfect on that. You were awesome on that, but they need I need to work here with the crew to get them a little better shot. So hold tight and let me work with them. Or whatever it is you need to do to get and we're going to do it again, but you, perfect. Or whatever the communication is, but let the actors know that you appreciate what they did, and then whether you're going to do it again, and you give them the direction that you want from them, whether you want a little change, you want a little different, you want a little more, a little less, a little more intensity, whatever it may be. And or if they just aren't getting it at all, maybe definitely, I would take the actor aside and give them direction privately. I don't really like giving the actors direction in front of all the rest of the actors. I kind of like giving it to them one-on-one, because I just think that's more personal, and it helps their process if I give the direction to them personally and individually, instead of, hey, I really wish you would do it more. I don't do it like that. But, I just don't like to give them their direction in front of the other actors and in front of the crew. I just don't think that's necessary. So I take them aside and I give them their direction, and then I bring them back. It respects them, and it respects their process, and I just think it shows that respect.